You want to be more disciplined? Get after it. Get up early, do some kind of workout, eat good foods, clean your room, make a list of things that you're supposed to do in your life, and then wake up in the morning and do those things that you put on the list. That's what discipline is.
You ever been punched in the gut by life? No warning, no mercy, just bam. You're on your knees, gasping for air. Most people, they break, they panic, they start begging for an easy way out. But not you. Not if you train for it. That's where negative visualization comes in. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand." Ryan Holiday explains it best.
It's like positive visualization. They also did a little exercise. It's effectively negative visualization. The Latin phrase for this was premeditatio malorum, or a premeditation of evils. Sort of thinking about, hey, what happens if this happens? And practicing preparing for things that could happen. Seneca says we have to rehearse it in our mind. Exile and torture and war and shipwreck. All the terms of the human lot should be before our eyes. There's another line that I really like. He says, the one excuse that a leader can never use is, I did not think that would happen.
Today, we're diving into how imagining the worst can actually give you the best life possible. The Spartans had a saying, sweat more in training, bleed less in war. That's the mindset. You ready? Let's get to work. Negative visualization. Sounds grim, right? Why would anyone waste time imagining failure, loss, disaster? I'll tell you why. Because life will test you, and most people crumble under the pressure. But if you've already faced the worst, if you've prepared your mind like a warrior sharpens a blade, then you don't flinch when the storm hits. Modern science proves this. Studies on elite athletes, Navy SEALs, and top executives show that those who mentally rehearse adversity perform better under stress. Their cortisol levels stay lower, their heart rate steady, and they execute with precision while everyone else is choking on panic.
And that is because you don't get discipline from your parents. You don't get discipline from an external source. You have to get it from you. That's what self-discipline is. You get it from yourself. You get it from you.
Marcus Aurelius, Rome's most powerful emperor, practiced this daily. He would wake up and remind himself, "Today, I will encounter interference, ingratitude, arrogance, deceit, bad faith, and selfishness." Why? Because by expecting hardship, he became immune to it. When you expect adversity, you meet it with calm, not chaos. Let me ask you something. When's the last time life blindsided you? Drop it in the comments. No shame, no excuses, just raw truth. Because today, I'm giving you the mindset to never get caught off guard again. Step 1. Pick a fear. What do you fear most? Losing your job? Your health? A loved one? It's time to stare it in the face. Close your eyes and see it happening. Feel it. The panic, the struggle. Make it real. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca advised his students to mentally walk through losing everything, wealth, status, even life itself, so that if it ever happened, it wouldn't feel like an ambush. Step 2. Play it out. Now, ask yourself, if this happened, what would you do? Break down the steps. If you lost your job, what's next? If you lost your home, where would you go? If your health failed, how would you fight? Your mind hates uncertainty, but if you give it a plan, fear loses its grip. Science proves that when you mentally rehearse handling adversity, your brain builds the same neural pathways as if you actually lived through it. That means when life does hit you, your brain already knows what to do.
I didn't care about losing weight. I didn't care about being the fastest person. I wasn't making the Olympics. I wasn't going to pros. I could barely read and write when I was a junior in high school. I wasn't going anywhere. I saw working out as a way for me to build calluses on my mind. I had to callous over the victim's mentality. I always equated training to mental toughening. It always looked brutal. People waking up early and doing all these things, and it looked horrible. I was like, wow, man, I gotta start doing that. Not to get better, bigger, and stronger, but that is what's gonna build me. That looks uncomfortable. That looks brutal. And getting up early, I don't wanna do that. So I made this long list of things that I don't wanna do. And through that, I found myself.
The Stoics took this further. They didn't just imagine the worst, they acted it out. Seneca would sleep on the floor, eat only the simplest food, and wear ragged clothes to remind himself that comfort is temporary and suffering is survivable. Are you ready to put your mind through that kind of training? Step 3. Flip the script. Once you've seen the worst, take a step back and look around. Right now, you're not in that disaster. You have your job, your health, your people. That's when gratitude kicks in, not the fluffy, just be positive nonsense. Real gratitude. Epictetus, a man who was born a slave and became one of history's greatest philosophers, said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." The science here is powerful. Researchers have found that people who practice gratitude after experiencing imagined loss develop stronger emotional resilience. They bounce back faster, they appreciate more, and they fear less. Because once you've prepared for the worst, you no longer take the best for granted. Look, comfort is a killer. It makes people soft, but not you. You train your mind for the hits before they come, and when they do, you don't break, you adapt, you execute, you move forward. That's negative visualization. That's real power. The world is full of people who walk around in a bubble of false security, thinking bad things won't happen to them. But you're different. You expect adversity, and when it comes, you smirk. Because you saw it coming. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in history, and yet he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." If you're serious about mastering your mind, join the movement. Subscribe now. No fluff, no excuses. And next time life throws a punch, smirk. Because you already took that hit in your mind 1,000 times. Stay sharp, stay ready. I'll see you in the next one.